Hi there, welcome to Conversations with Miss MK. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today, again, I'm talking about men. I want to appreciate all the fathers out there, and I just want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Father's Day, we celebrated Father's Day a few days back, and I understand that for a few people like me, it's a day of gratitude, where we think of a father who showed up, who made me feel valued, protected, seen, cared for and everything. I understand that no person is perfect, but he was there. But this whole thing makes me think that it brings a different kind of emotion when I think about those people who grew up without a father. Those people who grew up feeling that gap of not having a father. And what about those people who grew up with a father who was physically there but not emotionally there, who was emotionally distant? And that relationship can leave its own kind of emptiness. Sometimes a father can live in the same house as their children, but it still feels like a stranger. Amuna kana relationship, amuna kana that, but those are not easy conversations. I know they are the real ones. And sometimes and sometimes the father doesn't even care. I'm not painting them bad or what, but I'm just saying that the real things that are happening. And then there are also people who spend Father's Day thinking about their fathers who passed away. It's now a different thing when you have to think about the memories that you shared, and when a photograph is no longer a photograph and there's a new meaning and a new memory that comes into your mind. And I understand that grief has a way of reminding us how someone mattered. And as I think about fatherhood, it brings me to a question, Yekuti: what really makes a father? What really makes a father? Is it biology? Is it presence? Is it financial support? Or is it something deeper? Is it the ability to donate sperm? Because when we talk about the fathers, when people talk about the fathers who changed their lives, sometimes they really start with money. They talk about presence. They talk about feeling protected, encouraged, seen, and valued. They talk about someone who showed up. At the same time, some people talk about something different. I know we all know that, we've experienced that. When we talk about fathers, some people talk about people that they don't know, people that they have never met. But at the same time, I think we need to acknowledge that fatherhood comes with its own challenges, and many men are carrying responsibilities. Like I said in the previous episode, they carry pressure, they carry expectations, and men are expected to provide, to lead, to remain strong, and sometimes they are not given space to admit when they are struggling. They just soldier on. So perhaps that is why conversations about fatherhood matter so much. Not to criticize or not to blame, but to understand better the role fathers play in shaping families, communities, and future generations. And I also believe that it can help the generation of future fathers, so that they really know what fatherhood is, what a father is. So that next time when we talk about Father's Day, it is more than a celebration. It becomes a moment of reflection, a moment of appreciating people who have been present, and a moment to also remember people who are no longer with us, but who were there, who showed up and showed off. And maybe perhaps we also need to have a moment to heal from the wounds left by fathers who were absent, the fathers who were distant, and the fathers who were unable to be what their children needed. Because I believe that whether our experiences are painful, joyful, or somewhere in between, one thing is true: everyone has a father story, and those stories shape us and have shaped us in different ways. And they have shaped us so much more than what we can realize. And today on Conversations with Miss MK, I think I've posed out a lot of questions about fatherhood, and would like to hear from you what you think about this whole issue of fatherhood. What a father is, your fatherhood journey, or maybe an important lesson that you learned from your father, and what you think about this whole thing about fathers. Let's talk about it.